Welcome to the Oklahoma Museums Association's Digital Professional Development course, MARC, Museum Accessioning and Registration of Collections. This online course is made possible with funding from the National Endowment for the Humanities. To learn more about OMA and how we are empowering museums, visit okmuseums.org. In this video, you will learn about the Code of Ethics from both the American Association of Museums and the American Association for State and Local History. Here is OMA's MARC Pro and your course instructor, Karen Whitecotton.
Let's take a look at the AAM Code of Ethics. The Code of Ethics has several different sections, including a summary, governance, collections, programs, and promulgation, and is only a few pages long. The document reiterates that the museum has a commitment of service to the public, that the collection or objects they borrow or fabricate are the basis for research, exhibits, and programs. The museum collections and exhibition materials represent the world's natural and cultural commonwealth, and it is also incumbent upon them to preserve that inheritance for posterity. That museums are organized as public trusts, and museums comply with applicable local, state, and federal and international conventions and laws, as well as the specific legal standards governing trust responsibilities. No individual may use his or her position in a museum for personal gain or to benefit another at the expense of the museum. The governing authority ensures that the museum's collections and programs and its physical, human, and financial resources are protected, maintained, and developed in support of the museum's mission. It is responsive to and represents the interests of society. It maintains the relationship with staff in which shared roles are recognized and separate responsibilities respected. Professional standards and practices inform and guide museum operations. Policies are articulated and prudent oversight is practiced. Governance promotes the public good rather than individual financial gain. The stewardship of collections entails the highest public trust and carries with it the presumption of rightful ownership, permanence, care, documentation, accessibility, and responsible disposal. The museum ensures that collections in its custody support its mission, are lawfully held, protected, secure, unencumbered, cared for, and preserved, that they are accounted for and documented, and access to the collections is regulated. Proceeds from the sale of non-living collections need to be consistent with the established standards of the museum's discipline, but in no event shall they be used for anything other than acquisition or direct care of collections. The unique and special nature of human remains and funerary and sacred objects is recognized as the basis of all decisions concerning such collections. Let's take a look at the AASLH Statement of Standards and Ethics. This document is split up into different sections covering historical resources, access, interpretation, management, revenue-producing activities, conflicts of interest, and social responsibility, as well as intellectual freedom. Some of the highlights include: association members shall give priority to the care and management of collections. Collections shall not be capitalized or treated as financial assets. Access to historical resources through exhibition, tours, educational programs, publication, electronic media, and research is critical to fulfilling the public trust and mission of historical organizations. Intellectually honest interpretation reflects the cultural context of the subject matter and recognizes the potential for multiple interpretations. The primary responsibility for governance, institutional policies, financial stability, and legal accountability of a historical organization rests with the governing authority. Operational responsibility rests with the staff, paid or volunteer. Individuals employed in the practice of history deserve respect, pay and benefits commensurate with their training, dedication, and contribution to society. Institutions shall maintain personnel policies. They shall provide them with opportunities for additional training necessary to continue to meet their responsibilities. Institutions shall maintain financial records from which accurate information can be generated to manage in a fiscally sound manner. No such activity shall be undertaken that violate or compromise the integrity of an institution's mission. Organizations shall review the potential cultural sensitivity of materials considered for commercial use with representatives of the appropriate affiliated communities. Historical organizations and agencies exist to serve the public interest and must always act in such a way as to maintain public trust and confidence. Board members, volunteers, and employees shall refrain from personnel collecting in any manner that conflicts with the interest or credibility of an institution and its policies. Collections shall not be made available to any individual on any basis for personal use. Historical organizations and agencies shall act to ensure that the breadth of American cultural experiences and perspectives is represented accurately in all programmatic, staffing, and operational activities. At the same time, historical institutions must respect other legal, ethical, and cultural standards regarding individual privacy, human-based research, and access to and use of sensitive cultural materials. Historical institutions and their representatives shall respect the rights and authority of individuals and cultures that have no voice in the disposition of those collections related to them. Thank you for watching this Oklahoma Museums Association MARC course video. Additional MARC course videos and materials are available online at okmuseums.org. Funding for this digital education series was provided by the National Endowment for the Humanities. Opinions expressed in this video are those of OMA. These opinions and additional online materials are not a substitute for legal advice. At the time of recording, all information was accurate based on the source material. Please consult your legal counsel or knowledgeable nonprofit tax professional for detailed advice based on your unique institution. Thanks for watching.